TRT World's editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, joins me from Paris for a better understanding of what's happening. Now, Craig, why the fall? What is the main cause of the negative sentiment in global markets?
People want cash in their pockets, not in banks, not in stocks. So the markets are falling. Let's try and make it as simple as we can. Let's take a look at Japan. Countries sell bonds. That's what keeps their economy going. Let's say the Japanese sell a bond for $10. That matures over 10 years. That means when you go and cash in that bond, you should make a profit. The Japanese are now issuing bonds that have negative rates. That means that people right now are buying bonds that when they reach maturity, they're going to get less money back than they paid for it. And the reason, of course, is altogether now oil prices.
Okay, well, in terms of oil prices, it seems like it's taking a little bit of a hike just today, but that's obviously not doing much to affect Russia. Tell us more about the situation in Russia specifically. How does the continuing low price influence these concerns?
Yeah, well, Sally, you're right, but you know, your phrase, a little bit of a hike, doesn't cut the proverbial mustard anymore in world markets. Russia, which is the petri dish for what's going on in the global economy right now, would need to sell oil at about 80, perhaps more, dollars a barrel in order to have enough money to keep the country running. Russia is in dire straits. They're running out of hard currency reserves. They're down, according to some estimates, maybe $150 million. That's not a lot. They're pouring more money into their military to buttress it, so to keep the military happy so there won't be another coup like the Bolshevik Revolution or what happened with Yeltsin in the 90s. You see banks closing there. There's a truckers' strike in Russia, in the far east. You're seeing protests because wages aren't being paid. You're seeing repo men coming into homes and repossessing homes in Russia using violent tactics. It's a really tough situation in Russia, and the reason is oil, because what oil is selling at now, which is about, I didn't look before I came in here, but I think about $30 a barrel. That's nowhere near what these countries need or Russia needs to sell oil at to sustain an economy. In fact, Sally, in the United States right now, no oil company, virtually no wells in the United States are posting a profit because it's more expensive to dig this oil up than it is to sell it. There's a glut of oil in the world, and it's even going to get lower.
All right, Craig, thanks very much for that.